Southern Shadows, Episode 1, The Bell Witch, the legend that terrorized a family. When we think about ghost stories, it's easy to imagine abandoned houses, forgotten cemeteries, or dark forests where no one dares to go. But the story of the Bell Witch didn't begin in a haunted mansion. It began on an ordinary family farm, a place much like hundreds of others across the Tennessee frontier, a place where hard work, faith, and family shaped everyday life. And that's what makes this story so unsettling. Because if the legend is true, evil didn't seek out an abandoned place. It came looking for a family. The year was 1817. The United States was still a young nation, and Tennessee had been a state for just over 20 years. Life on the frontier demanded resilience. Among those early settlers was John Bell. Originally from North Carolina, Bell had moved his family west in search of opportunity. He dreamed of building a better life through determination and hard work. By all accounts, he succeeded. The Bell family established a prosperous farm near what is now Adams, Tennessee. Together they raised several children, including their daughter Betsy, whose name would become forever linked to one of America's greatest legends. At least, until the autumn of 1817. John Bell was walking through one of his cornfields when he noticed something standing just beyond the rows. At first glance, it looked like a dog, but as it turned toward him, he realized something wasn't right. Witnesses later described the creature as having the body of a dog, but the head of a rabbit. It stood motionless, watching him. Unsure what he was seeing, John raised his rifle and fired. The sound echoed across the fields. When the smoke cleared, the strange creature was gone. No tracks, no wounded animal, nothing. Today, historians generally regard this encounter as part of the Bell Witch folklore. Whatever John Bell thought he had seen, life quickly returned to normal, or at least it appeared to. But sometimes, the unexplained refuses to be ignored. It began with a simple knock, soft, almost polite. John looked toward the front door. Another knock. He picked up his lantern and opened the door. No one. The yard was empty. The next evening, it happened again. 3 slow knocks, then silence. Within days, the sounds changed. The knocking no longer came only from the front door. Now it echoed through different parts of the house. A tap against one wall, then another, then scratching. Long, slow, deliberate scratching. John searched every inch of the cabin. He checked beneath the floorboards. He inspected the attic. He found nothing. Night after night. The disturbances grew bolder. Heavy footsteps crossed the porch. Chains seemed to drag across the floor. The disturbances became personal. According to the Bell family, invisible hands began pulling the children's blankets away while they slept. They claimed someone, or something, was touching them. No one was ever there. Then Betsy Bell reported something even more disturbing. She claimed an unseen force slapped her across the face, pulled her hair, and left bruises that no one could explain. Then the noises began to answer. At first, the voice was little more than a whisper. So faint the family could barely understand it. But each passing night, the whispers became clearer. Soon, words could be understood. Then sentences. Before long, the unseen voice was carrying on conversations. News of the strange events spread quickly. Witnesses claimed the unseen voice could quote long passages from scripture. It sang hymns, recited prayers. It seemed to know intimate details about the lives of complete strangers. Eventually, according to family accounts, the voice identified itself. Its name was Kate. Who Kate was, or what Kate truly represented, has remained one of the greatest mysteries surrounding the Bell Witch. Among those who reportedly heard the tale was a man already known throughout the country, General Andrew Jackson. According to the legend, Jackson decided he would see the Bell Farm for himself. Their journey came to an unexpected halt. Without warning, The wagon stopped. The horses strained against their harnesses. The wheels refused to turn. They examined the axle, the road. Everything appeared normal. Still, the wagon would not move. Andrew Jackson was later said to have remarked, "I'd rather fight the British again than face the Bell Witch." But while curious travelers could leave, the Bells could not. And soon, John Bell's health would begin to fail. By the end of 1820, the Bell family had spent nearly 3 years living with fear. John's condition continued to worsen. Today, many believe his symptoms resemble those of a stroke. In 1820, such conditions were poorly understood. On the morning of December 19, 1820, John Bell did not respond. As the family searched for his medicine, they discovered something no one recognized, a small glass vial. The voice answered, "I gave old Jack a big dose of that last night." John Bell passed away that day. Some accounts describe strange laughter echoing through the trees during his funeral. With John Bell gone, the house grew quiet. The voice announced that it was leaving, but promised it would return. 7 years passed, and the Bell Witch returned. This time, the visit was brief. After several weeks, the voice disappeared once again, and this time, it never returned in the same way. Or has it? More than 2 centuries have passed, yet one question has never been answered. What really happened at the Bell farm? John Bell was real. His death is real. Everything beyond that is mystery. Mystery that whispers. Mystery that echoes. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Subscribe to Southern Shadows and become part of our community. Until next time, keep your lantern lit and your eyes on the shadows.